Hello there. Hi, good evening. It's Tuesday, the 21st of April. It's BOBCAST, and it's nearly 25 to 10. I'm a bit late tonight because I've been catching up on a TV program called The Quiz, which was about the coughing major. I think I may have done that before, and very interesting. If you haven't seen it, very quite thought-provoking. Made me definitely think. And very good indeed. But so that's why I'm just running ever so slightly late and thinking. So how's your day been? I've been a bit fed up today, if I'm honest. I've been okay. There's been some bright moments and some good conversations and phone calls and things. But a lot of my friends have been getting the 3-month letter and saying to them they're going to, from last Thursday. This has come out in Scotland. Those of you who live in England, I don't know whether you've had them or not, but a lot of people have been getting letters saying they've got to stay in for the next 3 months. That's a long time. April, May, June, July, August, we're heading towards September and so many different things there. Had to cancel a wedding, or not cancel, postpone another wedding this week and things. So I suppose if I'm really honest, I've just been trying to come to terms ever so slightly with what's all this about and what's my ministry about. And, Grace and I have been talking a lot on the phone about what's our ministry about and how are we going to do it. And this afternoon we had, I was just listening to some more virus music, by the way. I did like Baby It's COVID Outside. I may have cracked that yesterday because I didn't keep a note of which ones I told you yesterday and which ones I didn't. Baby, it's COVID outside. Don't stand too close to me or we'll get the police. Was that a police song? Oh, there's an interesting question. Was that police? I think it was. Yes, I think it was. I like this one. Droplets keep falling on my head and my face. Have to make masks. Are you going to make yourself a new mask? Are you? Are you going to knit one out of natural materials, or are you going to buy one if we have to wear masks? Apparently there's so many different types you can get and different ways of making them. If you go on YouTube, there's loads and loads of different suggestions for making masks. I think I've told you this before, but I've got a friend who's fallen in love with 2 school bags, and he's come to the conclusion now he's bisexual. So he's having to just sort himself out. And then a priest, a rabbi, and a vicar walked into the bar. The barman said, "Is this some type of joke?" Best than the rabbit, who was a typo, which I cracked a couple of weeks ago, and people did laugh. So this afternoon we had a Zoom. I think it was probably my first real Zoom meeting. I've been on a sort of practice one where we had a wee practice with lots of my colleagues. And oh gosh, they do so much better than me. You sit there and think you're doing a reasonable job, and then all these people are Zooming services here, morning prayer, evening prayer, 7 times on a Sunday, all those different things, thousands of people clocking in. Gosh, I admire them, but I just know I haven't got the skills to do that. Because I've spent also some of my time today. I've got 3 exciting things to do. I've got to write a sermon about the road to Emmaus. So I'm getting on with that. I've got the notes already done. There we are. I'm very impressed. But of course, one of the things about lockdown is I've got to write it out. And those of you who've known me for the last 25 years know that I very rarely actually write out a sermon or address. I tend to either have notes or I do it beforehand and learn it and then talk about it, because eyes, ears, nose and mouth tend not to work in the right order in my strangely wired dyslexic brain. But in lockdown I have to write it out, and then it goes on the website as a piece of prose, semi-prose, sort of, almost professional. It could be a bit amateurish, but you can't say it goes on as a piece of amateurs, can you? So it goes on a piece of prose, and then I speak it as well. Of course, it's always completely different when I speak it, but there we are. I've been doing a bit of that. I've also got to change my gas and electricity supplier. And I just wish we could get back to the old days. When I was in sales, we got into real trouble if we lost a client. We had to go and speak to the boss and justify why we've lost this customer. Now it doesn't seem to matter. Well, there's eons of companies. And but Scottish Power will come to the fore, of course, or whichever it happens to be. It's a gas man. British or Scottish or whatever. So I switch, they switch, you switch. Here we go, we'll see what happens. So maybe a bit more about the great power switch, gas and electricity, over the next few days. But someone says they can save me 25 quid a month. That'd be good. Be very pleased about that. So I've been doing that as well, and then we had, as I said, the Zoom and everyone talking about all the things that we're doing. So impressed with my colleagues, they just are right on the ball, particularly those who are juggling kids at home and doing all those things, and also those struggling by themselves. Not easy at all. Glove me tender, glove me true. 1, 2, 3, 4, staying alive, staying alive. Oh yes, all these different songs. So I found a joke. Found a very funny joke. Actually, no, I've got this one. I've got two here. This is a slightly longer story. How are we doing for time? Oh, I forgot to set the timer. I've done 6 minutes. Yeah, I can do this. A young family moved into a house next door in an empty plot. And one day, a gang of building workers turned up next door to start building on the plot. The young family's 5-year-old daughter naturally took an interest in all the activity going on. And she got to know the builders really well, and they chatted to her, and they let her sit with them while they had the tea breaks. It was all completely appropriate. It was lovely. It was very nice indeed. They gave her jobs to do so that she felt important, and the wee girl was in an absolute element. Then they gave her her own hard hat. I've got a hard hat somewhere, I'm not sure where it is, and gloves. She felt really important. And at the end of the first week, they gave her a pay packet. And in the pay packet, there were 10 10p pieces making up £1. And she was delighted. And her mummy said, why don't we go and pay this into the bank and open a bank account? So she did. And the lady behind it was probably a post office, much easier the post office, particularly in Kelso, great post office in Kelso. And the lady behind the post office helped her open the account and said, what's this, why are you paying this money in? And the little girl said, I've been paid for helping the builders. And we're building a house next door. She said, yes. I work with Steve and Wayne and Mike building this huge house. And the little girl, the cashier said, well, the lady in the post office said, that's really good. And will you be working next week? And the wee girl sat and she thought for a bit. And she said, well, it depends. If those idiots at the building supplies company get the bricks in, then maybe we'll have a chance. She didn't actually say it that way in my joke, and a few expletives make it a bit funnier. But you can make up the rest, can't you? You know what it's like. Anyhow, I'm a lucky person. I also had a really nice walk today. Good walk around the park, 2.5 times around the park. Felt much better for that. Feeling much brighter. Bit of fresh air in the sunshine. Not as hot as it is down south, so I'm not sort of burning, but doing it fine. Up to now, I always thought, I got enough exercise just by pushing my luck. But no, I needed to get the old body going as well. Because trying to eat a bit more healthily and lose the odd 100 weight here and there, it doesn't do any harm. I thought I might start looking for gold today, but sadly that didn't pan out. So, and then as I said, I used to be a banker, but I just lost interest in that job really. So I don't do it anymore. I've told you these before. Do you know that the old cleaners never die? They just kick the bucket. Yes, I knew you'd know that. Here's an interesting one for the intellectuals among you. Old mathematicians never die. They just disintegrate. Ooh. Old milkmaids never die. They just lose their way. Okay. So lots of things going on, and I think there's a debate going on at the moment as to how long this is all going to last and how long we're going to be in lockdown. And I suspect, like me, you're having to come to terms with that and work your way through that. Where are we going to be? When will churches open again? I've got no idea about that. I wish it was tomorrow, but it's not going to be for really quite a long time. So many different things, many things to get our heads around. A bit like gravity. You know, gravity is a myth. It's just that the Earth sucks. So here we go. Coming to the end of BOBCAST for tonight, Tuesday, and I'm always delighted to hear your comments. Thank you to all of you who watched like yesterday and enjoyed it, and I'm pleased some of you come back today. Just one or two from my Beatitudes for a global pandemic. Blessed are the checkout workers, for they have the patience and fortitude in the face of overwork and frustration. You think it's bad queuing outside the supermarket? Well, it's really tough for them inside as well. And yes, yeah, I really do like some of these. Blessed are the unemployed and the self-employed, for their need of God is great. And I hope that if you're in any of these categories, that you're feeling supported and cared for. And I hope it continues once it's all done. So let's pray for those round about us. All of you who've received this 3-month isolation letter, I'm praying for you tonight as well. Let's remember just how good we are, because we are, and I've been telling myself that all day, and I'm quite pleased with the things that we do. Very proud of them, very proud of them, and I've been getting lots of emails recently. I had a bit of a palaver with a letter I tried to send out last night. I had to send out 3 eventually, all to the same people, and Gmail spammed some of them, and oh dear. Anyhow, there we are. So, I'll speak to you tomorrow, Wednesday, after today, which is Tuesday, and take care of yourselves. Look after yourselves, and look after each other as well. And watch thou, dear Lord, with those who wake or watch or weep tonight, and give your angels charge over those who sleep. Tend your sick ones, Lord Christ. Rest your weary ones. Bless your dying ones. Soothe your suffering ones. And pity your afflicted ones. Shield your joyous ones. And all for your love's sake. Amen. Don't mind a missing. I'm quite tired tonight, so after the news, I'm going to have an early night, I think. Anyhow, take care. God bless. See ya tomorrow. Bye.